guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we will practice how to solve problems related to one of the gas laws known as the Boyle's law. So before anything else, guys, let me tell you what gas laws are. So these are actually laws that relate pressure, volume, and temperature of gas. So Boyle's law tells us that the relationship between the pressure and the volume of gas is inversely proportional to each other, which means that if the pressure increases, the volume decreases, and vice versa.
Let's answer this sample problem. A gas occupies 10.5 liters at a pressure of 45 millimeter mercury. What is the volume when the pressure is increased to 65 millimeter mercury? So the first step to solve the problem is to identify the given data. Okay. So we have here the initial pressure, or the P1, which is equal to 45 millimeter mercury. Then we also have V1, or the initial volume, which is equivalent to 10.5 liters. Next, we have P2, or the final pressure, which is equal to 65 millimeter mercury. And, okay, we will still have to solve for the final volume. Now that we have already identified our given data, we can now proceed with the main formula, which is P1V1 is equal to P2V2. Next, let's substitute the value of P1, V1, and P2. So P1 is equal to 45 millimeter mercury, while V1 is equal to 10.5 liters. P2 is equal to 65 millimeter mercury, and then V2 is still unknown. Now let's transpose V2 from here to here. So to transpose means to move something from one equation to another. So let's say, for example, V2 here will be transposed here, and P1 and V1 will be transposed to the other side. So we have here 45 millimeter mercury. Okay, and 10.5 liters over 65 millimeter mercury. Next step is to simply multiply the value of P1 and V1. So 45 times 10.5, we have 472.5. And then just copy the units of measure over 65. Now, we will just have to divide 472.5 by 65. So the answer is 7.27. Now we will just have to cancel these two since they are the same. Now the remaining unit of measure is this one. So we put L here. Okay, so this is how easy to solve problems related to Boyle's law. Going back to the relationship between pressure and volume according to Boyle's law, it stated that these two are inversely proportional to each other. Now let us check to see if it's correct. So the P1, or the initial volume, is 45 millimeter mercury, and it increased to 65 millimeter mercury. Now the initial volume is 10.5 liters, and our final volume is 7.27 liters, in which it decreased. With that, we can conclude that pressure and volume are indeed inversely proportional to each other.
So I hope you learned something from today's video. Please again subscribe for more science videos. Bye!